Yo, what's going on? This is part 2 of the mental health series. I am so happy that you came back here. I am so happy. Okay? Anyways, in this video, we're going to be talking about pillars 2 and 3 of how to stay mentally healthy, which are physical fitness and clean eating. So, if you haven't watched the first one, I highly recommend you watch that one first, just because it probably makes more sense to watch the first one prior to this one. But if you want to watch this one first, I have no problem with that. That is not a problem. Okay? Anyways, enough wasting time. Let's get into it. Pillar number 2, so physical fitness. Physical fitness and physical activity is one of the greatest natural stress busters in the world, okay? And this is because when you engage in sweat-inducing activity, your body releases feel-good hormones like endorphins and dopamine. And this is the feeling that all fitness addicts in the world are addicted to, okay? And you will become one of that too. Once you get started, you're not leaving. Even if you leave, you're coming back. Okay? Now, if you haven't experienced this in the past and you've tried to get into physical fitness and physical activity, it's probably because you haven't chosen the right pathway to take when it comes to physical fitness. And this is a big mistake I see a lot of people make because many people seem to think that running and weightlifting are the only two pathways that you can take to approach physical fitness. But that's just simply not true because those two are just the most popular pathways, right? Now, weightlifting is important because of the fact that you want to keep your tissue. Like, you don't want your muscles to slowly break down and like evaporate as you get older. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want a fragile body. So it is important, but it's not the path to take. Okay? There's a variety of different approaches such as, swimming, cycling, mountain biking, boxing, or doing some sort of a martial art, playing basketball, playing tennis, hot yoga. Like, there's so many different pathways that you can take when it comes to fitness. And once you find the path that resonates with your personality, you will become addicted to the wonderful world of physical fitness. Okay? Now, if you don't engage in this sort of daily practice, if you're not really engaged in physical fitness consistently, I'm telling you, you are doing yourself a massive disservice, okay? Because it'll change your life. It really will. Not just physically, but mentally. It really will. Which is why you see so many people, they talk about this. Once they get into fitness, their life changes, right? So I highly recommend you start to look for whatever approach that you would like to take. And don't do it for vanity, okay? Do it for mental serenity. I hope you enjoyed my linguistics there. If you did, subscribe to the channel. Pillar number 3 is clean eating, okay? Now, everyone knows the importance of clean eating when it comes to your physical health, but the mental health benefits are extremely underrated. So I've read many articles on this topic, and it seems as though our diet and our emotions are connected through the relationship that exists between our gastrointestinal tract and our brains. And the reason for this is because our GI tract, which is just short form for gastrointestinal tract, our GI tract contains billions of bacteria that produce chemicals which send messages up to our brain, okay? So when we eat foods that are healthy and dense with nutrients, we promote the growth of healthy bacteria in our GI tract, which then produce healthy chemicals such as dopamine and serotonin, once again, two feel-good hormones. And these chemicals now send positive messages up to our brain, right? Which means that our mental space now becomes a reflection of the activity that goes on within our GI tract, right? I'm pretty sure many people out here have experienced that, right? You have something to eat, then the few minutes that follow afterwards, it just changes your mood. So we have to be very careful with what we eat. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you which diet is the best because, to be honest, I love the space of fitness and nutrition, but honestly, it's the most contradictive, hypocritical industry in the world. Everything is a contradiction. One expert says one thing and the other expert says something completely different. Okay, and the science is always changing. So even what I said about the GI tract and the brain, that connection, take that with a grain of salt because you never know if the science is going to change in the next couple of years, right? But I'll put all my sources for these claims in the description below so you can read it for yourself. But just be very careful with what you live by when it comes to this space, okay? So I'm not going to sit up here and tell you which diet is the best. What I can say is, as long as we reduce our intake of processed foods, sugary foods, excess carbs, and excess food, and we start to replace that with healthier options like green vegetables, lean meats, eggs, and so on, as long as we start to move in that direction, we start to put ourselves in the right place as we start to figure out the complex world of nutrition, okay? And make sure if you do plan on changing your diet drastically and you want to add new foods and stuff like that, be sure to contact a qualified medical professional and get their input because you don't know how your body's going to react to new foods, and we don't need your lovely soul to end up in the emergency room, and I don't have time to get sued. Okay? Right? Deal? Yeah? Deal? Okay. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel because I have 15 more pillars to talk to you about when it comes to remaining mentally healthy. And even after that, we have a lot of great content coming ahead. So if you would like to be a part of that, please stick around and I'll see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye. Love you all.